welcome back to Sangerhouse Gardens. This is Steve, May 3rd, 2017. I am going to be doing a little video here, starting at the rear of the property, walking in today. Kind of another video in the little series that I'm kind of shooting, giving you an idea what this garden looks like as the season progresses here. I shot one about 3-4 weeks ago, which we'll be posting on our new website, which should be up shortly. But kind of gives you an idea what the garden looks like now. And I want to point out a few plants that are spring bloomers besides the typical tulips and dahlias that you may consider wanting to add to your own garden over time. But as you can see, the evergreens are a great shrub to add to your garden. They really bring in the birds that shelter and all of that, but at the same time the textures and the colors this time of the year are quite spectacular because they're going to be budding out shortly. So all the spruces are starting to bud out. Obviously the trees are doing their thing, but it kind of just gives you a little overview of what the garden looks like right now. I'm going to walk up here and where we got some woodland areas to show you some plants that you may consider putting into your own garden for spring blooming. Say hello to Fred the duck. I don't know where Wilma is. She's probably around here somewhere. But this is one of the areas that we did early on in the garden, and I'll just give you an idea. This plant right here with the little blue flowers, that's a Virginia bluebell, is what it's called. This plant right here is Trillium grandiflorum. It's the state flower of the state of Wisconsin. They're beautiful. If you ever get up north, they're just, the roadways are loaded with them. Here's a little one that's in, give you an idea what it looks like. Another plant that you may consider putting in for a little later is this plant right here. It's just starting to open up, but these are Rogersiae, bronze ones, and they're going to get much larger, very high, about 2.5 feet high at maturity. But I'll just again give you a little overview what the garden looks like. Things are going along real nicely. We put in a couple of new Japanese maples last year, late in the year, and they've come back strong. So we're happy about that. Oh, there's a plant over here I should show you. This looks like a forget-me-not, if you know what forget-me-not is, but it's actually a Brunera. This is the one that has the green leaf. There are some bicolor green and white leafed varieties, Bruneras, and has a really nice dainty little blue flower on it. Looks like a forget-me-not. We do have forget-me-nots out here. They'll be coming in shortly. And my next main project in the garden is I'm tearing this little lawn out that's just seen better days, and I'm going to resod it and put in a addition to my sprinkler system underneath it. But I'll show you again. This right here, these are Rogersiae. They're kind of cool because they got really hairy stems, if you noticed on it. I'll zoom in. Kind of interesting. More trilliums. Here's another plant that you may consider. These are yellow wood poppies. Pretty easy to grow, basically without, and they get a little bit thick, so I just pop them up, and maybe a third of it will die because I take it too late in the year. Usually I dig them up early in the spring because they just first come up, and I move them around, and they're very easy to do that with. But that's a nice touch of yellow, which is kind of unusual. As you can see, more bruneras right here and more trilliums right here. In addition to the ferns and things like that. But as you can see, the woodland garden is coming in really strong, and this will change over a little later in the year. The ferns will come in strong, and then we add some annuals and other things to it. And then in an area over here, my second project this spring is where this big old stump is. To the left of it, I'm going to be digging a small pond, maybe 4 by 6 feet, something like that. I want to try to start getting some frogs going and some other amphibians, salamanders and some newts. But it's nice to have a little pond, and I'll set it up so that it'll be deep enough so that they can overwinter here, the frogs, and hopefully I can get some tadpoles next spring from the ones I get. So as you can see, garden's coming along pretty nicely. I'm going to walk back out this way to the front of the garden because we made some major changes at the entranceway to the garden last year. So that's what our garden looks like in May 3rd, that is, of 2017. And now here, I'm going to walk down the front stairs and turn back around. And shoot back this way. Last year, you can see there's a big stump right there. I cut down about a 35-foot arborvitae that had just gotten so big and so massive, it was probably 8 feet in diameter, and I couldn't see the front of my house anymore. So I decided that I would start to replant. So that's a continuation this year. I've got a few things I'm going to be adding, but things are just starting to come back in. I can do a little bit more textures. Now that arborvitae is gone, and you can now see the front of the house better than I could before. So anyways, short little video of what the garden looks like this time of the year. We'll be opening up May 15th, so if you're in the area, stop in. Talk to you soon. Steve, Sangerhouse Gardens. Have a good day.